I think there's a lot of people that would be interested in this conversation. Those who are working together, those who are contemplating on working together, and those who would say not in a million years.
Do you have something that you need to do just for you on your own that gives you that separation for a while, just to be you, for you?
Yes.
Your time.
My me time, it's well, I cannot do it here in Florida. I used to love hiking. Love the mountain. That was my me time. I will disappear in the mountains forever, just hiking or kayaking. Over here in Florida, I have a little corner, designated corner, with my plants, a fountain. I need some water feature and meditation.
Yeah, when she's out with the plants, I don't interrupt.
When I'm outside, yes, it's my me time.
We're brand new to everybody watching and listening. To guys, I'm just saying, so if you can, please subscribe, hit a like.
Yes.
And Louis, you know where the platforms that we're on.
That's right. You can always find it on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Spotify.
Yeah.
So
To get back to where Carmen and I are more of the same type of personality, and you and Marlene are more of the same type of personality. I go to videos that are the most beautiful beaches in the world with nothing around them, just to chill out. And then I go into other videos between that and videos of Italy in wine country. And I see myself sitting there having a glass of wine, rocking back and forth, basically telling the world, not today. And when I go there, it just chills me out. But Louis, where's your place?
Oddly enough, I enjoy when I take a ride, either in the motorcycle or I'll take a ride. Carmen surprised me for my birthday with an antique truck. I have a 1957 F100.
Yeah.
So, on Sundays, we normally try to take a ride together. We love walking on the beach. It's something that I need to be near water. I cannot be far away from water. So being 5 minutes from the beach is phenomenal. So Sundays, we try to make it every Sunday in the morning. We'll try to make it to the beach. We'll take a ride on the truck. We'll share a cigar, and then oddly enough, I walk away in the beach. I go in my own little zone, my own little world, and I center myself a little bit. And it's funny is a lot of people and you guys as a couple that work together in your own business, there's always the good guy and the bad guy. Normally everybody thinks the guy's always going to be the bad guy, but in our business has been great because Carmen has become like, well, don't go at Carmen because she'll come at you and she'll punch you in the head right away. So Carmen's like the bad guy and I'm like the good guy, but they don't know that behind closed doors, I'm like, can you believe this? And they come at me like I'm going to help them out in the situation, and it's her and I, and we protect each other no matter what. But it's great to see that they feel that she's the bad person, and I get a lot of the info ahead of time. How do you guys handle with that? Is it Al the bad guy, or is it Marlene the bad guy?
No, I think they view Al as the bad guy.
Imagine that.
I don't mean like the bad guy. I think they just view Al as the person that don't screw around. But the funny thing is that they could try to get around me, but the bottom line is I'm still going to talk to him, and
exactly.
Nothing's really going to happen.
And you know what?
They could try, but I might seem like I'm going to help them, but I am not in the end. So
if I can jump in, it's actually been extremely entertaining to watch her double down with someone on the other side of the desk who thinks, okay, because there are certain people that think divide and conquer, and they pick, or they think they pick the one that's weaker of the two. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but some of them do think that. Yep. So I just kind of sit there in a meeting and let her go at it, and they never see her coming.
And what's funny is I'm so quiet about it.
Yeah.
I'm so just like, tell them, no, it's not good. This very quiet voice. And they're like, oh, I thought she was going to agree with me.
Yeah.
And so that's actually been funny.
But, yeah, it has. But back to the original, where's your place to go when you
I read.
want to get away? Oh, yeah.
I love to read. I could read
Yeah.
a book in a day. If I had nothing to do and I was just on my own, I could probably almost devour the entire book in a day. If it's a book that captures me. And all types of books. I love biographies. I love history books. I love mysteries. I love crime,
Well, next time when you
espionage,
guys come
love
down, we
stories.
got to take you to the there's a beautiful bookstore across the street.
I could spend hours in a bookstore.
So, what would be your best advice to other couples that are working together and aiming to reach their same goal?
You want to go?
Well,
I thought you were going to say run for a
Well,
second.
sure.
no, you know what?
You want to think about it?
I think the number one thing that I would tell people is really know if this is something you want to do. If it's not just, oh, I had this idea and it'd be nice if we worked together. No, no. You have to really think about it and say, we're going to do this. And if you're going to do this, you have to dedicate and be persistent about it. Know that you're going to have days where you're off, days when you're on, success and failures, and that you have to handle it not only as a business partnership, but as a couple.
Correct.
That's the number one thing. And you have to respect each other. Even when you're angry with each other, you have to respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's another very important thing.
Carmen?
This is not for everybody. Definitely not for
No.
everybody.
It's true.
Sometimes as a woman or as a couple, you have this beautiful idea, like you mentioned, everything is going to be beautiful, wonderful, we together, happily ever after. But it's not for everybody, because you could lose your mind and respect immediately, out of emotions, out of the frustration, because what's going on. I definitely believe that if you are choosing to work with your spouse or fiance or your significant other, sit down and talk about it and see if this is right for the both of you, because it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I think my answer would be there are certain ingredients that you have to have in order to make it successful. One is you have to have patience, not only of what you're going to do to grow a business, but you have to have patience with each other. And in our case, and I can't make this a blanket statement, but if people come to us and ask, you have to sit down, and if the other significant other is a different personality than yours, you have a really good shot.
Yes.
That's my personal feeling. If you kind of have the same personality, whether it's come on, let's go get it, or it's the other way of it's too laid back, it's not going to work, because one has to charge the other in different ways. I have no problem, telling Marlene about certain things, but when she tells me about certain things, she just goes about it a different way. But the two partners have to be different types of personalities. At least that's my take on it. Louis.
No,
I agree. Balance, right? Well, and it's funny because Carmen and I have the same tattoo in our right arms. It's the balance of mind and heart, and it's so true. You have to balance everything, and that's one thing that I think I've learned the most, and I share with her all the time. Is like, even when I give her, and not instructions, but kind of advice on how to do something that we're doing and why we're doing it. At the beginning, she used to get really upset. Oh, you're trying to tell me what to do. And I'm like, no, it's just, it's not that we're cutting corners or we're doing that. It's that we have a method and some things need to be done because, your earning capacity out of the, instead of putting 8 scoops of coffee into a coffee. It takes 2, and it's the same, and
Yeah.
now Al loves my coffee, by the way, I gotta tell you.
Now,
I heard.
It's gotten better.
Yeah, no, but everything is done for a reason, and the balance part about it and learning about each other has been great, and still every day we learn about each other better. But at the end of the day, it's about that balance, work, and then our separate life together, and then our business. We're trying to leave everything at the business and not at home, and that's another learning experience. So it's all about balance. But it's true. If you have the same personalities, like you said, it's leaning one side, it's just going to topple over. It's not going to work.
Where do you see yourselves in 5 years professionally and personally?
Well, professionally, I see myself having time off.
yeah.
Definitely having I want to say a second place as well.
Yes.
Personally, achieving the own a home.
Yes.
With him.
With him. I have to agree. I think, and it's funny because we kind of mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of had the same answer. And it's expanding, hopefully, to a second location in the future, and establishing ourselves. Now that we're aiming to go to market with a cigar, and I love promoting her. Right, I love putting her on a pedestal, especially in our industry that's so, in the cigar industry, so male driven. To see her prosper, it's, to me, is phenomenal. So we push that a lot, and I see you guys doing the same thing, especially with Standoff. And I didn't understand that the topic that you chose, Marlene, for that movie wasn't a female normal topic. So when I learned that, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like what Carmen goes through in the cigar industry. So where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years?
I see ourselves having produced at least 2 feature films.
Nice.
And developing more, developing maybe a TV series, which we have one, and just continue to do great, meaningful work. And personally, I would love to see us on an amazing, awesome European vacation in Italy somewhere for a whole month, maybe on a nice boat, just going around the Mediterranean, just enjoying ourselves and just breathing and just relaxing, and maybe with some friends along with us.
We're going. I think that's a big plus to us. Where you see yourself in 5 years is having X amount of projects that were done. They came out very well. You're proud of them, but the downtime for us is equally important, because of what we have to grind through every day. That I have no problem having a second place in Italy, having a second place, maybe traveling France, because it is a completely different lifestyle there. It is about the quality of life. And I think that you both can attest to this. When you're under the pressure that you're under every day to make your product successful, you need to go as far as you can the other way, to be in a village somewhere, of just walking down, having a great home cooked meal, having a great glass of wine that maybe you can't get any other place except in that region where you're sitting, and just chilling out. And what Marlene said is true. It's like, a lot of times you want to go away solo, and that's great too. But we would love to do with, other friends that we have who are also grinding every day, and now just go somewhere and totally chill out. So hopefully that'll happen more than once or twice in the next 5 years.
Yep.
And then we could do a show from over there in Italy.
Exactly. Exactly. And we could show where we are, as a backdrop. But so for everybody, first of all, thank you, Carmen and Louis, for your time and how we chat all the time anyway. And
it was great. I had a great time. And by the way, just to say, I never smoked cigars. I grew up.
That's true.
I grew
That's
up
true.
with a father who, from the time I could remember, smoked cigars in the house, and that was the last thing I ever wanted was be around a cigar. And it was actually Carmen who gave me my first cigar and said,
Yes.
"Just try it. You're gonna like this. Here, I'll give you one with a little sweet tip, and I think you're gonna like it." And I was hooked. Since then, that's it.
And I think it is
Love
a
it.
very cool thing. And there's another way of bonding.
Correct.
You know, I've always said this, and I've said this to both of you, but I've said this to other people, that when you're drinking together, for most people, by the second, definitely the third drink, you get a little stupid in many different ways. But when you're having a cigar in a cigar lounge or wherever you're having it,
Mhm.
you solve the problems of the world by time you finish the cigar. And that is the difference of when Marlene is sitting next to me and we're just discussing anything but business, having a cigar, or when we just came to visit both of you, and we sat together and just chatted about sometimes nothing, but nothing is a great conversation sometimes. So, but that being said, I really enjoyed this episode of Two Guys I'm Just Saying. Louis, I'll leave the closing to you, my friend.
It really is. This has been great, and it is a different experience for those of you who go through it and are fortunate enough as Al and myself to have these great ladies next to us. It's an amazing experience because I know I've tried before, and yeah, Al's been with me through all those trials and tribulations before. But it is amazing when you have somebody that compliments you this well, and
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
things start happening. So thank you, ladies, for
Thank you. I
for
had a
being
great
our
time.
backbone.
Thank you.
So next time, right here on Two Guys I'm Just Saying, every Tuesday, make sure you guys show up here at 9:00. If not, you can always replay it. Facebook, YouTube, catch us on Spotify every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Until next time. I'll say
Okay,
goodbye.
you guys, you take care.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.